Hello everyone, my name is Patrick Pomerleau. Today I want to show you how to use YouTube video and import it or inject them into NestDrop visuals. So first things, you need OBS. I will just start a new OBS, launch anyway. And the second things you need will be Spout to OBS. Just look for Spout to OBS. You can go on the GitHub. Now scroll down till you see the release page. Click on it. Then download the one right for you. I suggest to use the plugin install and execute, and it will find itself OBS. Probably you need to restart OBS after that. Once you install this plugin, everything in OBS, you will have possibility to go in properties or in filter and add the spout filter to spotting outputs. But I highly suggest to probably to put your spout filter on the scene if you need to add more specific effect or crop to your visual. I think it's better to inject it to the scene. My name is already here, but I can remove it and redo it just for show you. So just plus button, add spout filter, give the name you want, OK, and give the spout name of you want. It will be the spout sender with this name, and then just close it. And now we should see everything here output through spout. Next thing will be to change the output video format. For now it's HD. If it's not, you can change it as you will. You don't need to set all the other settings, because we don't streaming or we not recording, so we just spotting. So for now you just need to create a browser already here, but I will remove it just to show you how to do it. Also display capture. Now you need browser, but okay, and you can set the same resolution as your profile. And here you should put the URL of your YouTube video. But as example, if I use this video, which is a nice example since it's not this one, sorry. This one is a black and white video, so it will work pretty well with NestDrop. But if you use this URL, the problem is that you will see all the other link into your visual. And now the sound started. And to remove all those side link you don't want to have, just go back to YouTube page and into share, go to the embed option, and you don't need all those code. Those is for iframe embedded code for web page, but you can keep the link referring to the iframe, which is have a small embed keyword into it. So it's not exactly the same link. The difference is by default it will open in full screen mode. So if I go back to my browser properties and I change this URL to the new one, now I get it full screen. And now to play it, of course, if I hit play, it will not play because it's just a preview. If you want to interact with it, if you select your browser here, you get a new button which is called interact. So just click on it and the small browser will appear. So you can use it like a real web page. So you can click play and we can change the volume to remove because we don't want a volume, just the image. And here we go. Now it's already sending to the scene. So it's already outputting Spout right now. Let's take a look with NestDrop. So I will just keep the interact window open and just minimize OBS. Oops. Yeah. I need it open. Okay. So with NestDrop, so now here we have a Spout filter, a Spout sprite, sorry. And here we have the Spout OBS filter one, because I already started a new one before. So here the one you want. To be better accessibility, I will just clean that. I will drag it here. It'll be easier, and with a new window, new query here. Okay, I'll get a few examples. So now if I take a look to deck window, a new deck. Here we have this visual into it. And now if I want to inject this video into it, I just click on the Spout here. Now it will take the full windows and opaque. But the opacity with black can be changed with the what we call the blend mode. By default, the first 0 to 49 effect on Spout will be blend mode 4, which is the black is opaque. But if you go into the Spout effect from 50 to 99, the blend mode will be 3. So if I go to, if I hold Control key and scroll with my mouse wheel, I can cycle through the Spout effect, and you will see the effect on the right, because now it's just acting with the sound with different effect, but the black is still opaque. If I go down and go down again, now I roll back to 99, and you see now the black is not don't appear anymore, and it's become transparent. So I know 99 don't have burn effect, so you just pass through it, just over it, just not touching the image. But if I go down a little bit, I know that 98 have the burning effect. So you see that the visual is affected by the video output itself. And you can cycle through all those Spout effect to see what's happening to your visuals. So in this one we can see the burn is active, because we see kind of more active transformation on the visual. If I change the preset, the visual is still there, but the preset under it change. if you want to change how FX, for example, 84 is acting on the Spout sprite, you can open your NestDrop parent folder. Here you have your NestDrop. If you go in plugin and you open this Milk FPT, sorry, for Milk Spout, now you have a text file with some instruction, but you see all here the 99, 100, including the 00 effect, and some are simple, some are more complex, but most of them have two things: is blend mode, which is 3-4 by default from 50 to 99, and the burn effect is changing from alternate from one to the other most of the time. So the burn effect will, when active, so equal to 1, will create like this one. Now I'm now in 84. So if I go to 84, let's look at it. Okay. So we have blend mode 3, which is turned the black as a color key for transparent, and then we have the burn equal to 1, so the burn is enabled, and we can see on the window some trail behind the movement of the visuals from Spout. And well, the other code is for changing the scale, changing rotation based on the music or based on time. So you can change all those that. So you can put burn on for everyone, or you can change blend mode of everyone. But be aware that if you use, for example, if I use another deck, this, because this visual from Spout Sprite, you cannot change the opacity. It will full on. So if you want to dim it a little bit or smooth in, smooth out, you can use another deck and use it just for the sprite itself. So I have the Spout Sprite here. I right click on my mouse, and the right click send it directly to the deck number 2. So now it's fully filled the deck number 2 because they have the same size. Then for the deck number 1, instead of using the sprite directly, I remove it, and I can use the image from the deck 2 here. Now left click on it. And now it doesn't work because my FX is 3, is not 1. Okay, now it's 0, it's the default. So I have it here. So it's going from OBS to deck 2 to deck 1. And the transition from deck 2 to deck 1, now I can use the Spout Sprite Alpha to change how much deck 2 is embedded into deck 1. Now it's not really fancy, but if I change here to FX1, now it's also include a burning effect from deck 2. So now you can have a little bit more effect, more gradual from the visual from Spout Sprite. And when we move it, it's just failing into the with the burning effect. Or the same effect if you remove the Spout sprite, automatically will burning into the image the last frame you received. So that's it. I hope you enjoy and open new possibilities to mix with visual from YouTube, from webcam, from whatever come from OBS. It can be here. Also another idea would be if someone is in the site, you have a VJ, DJ, and one person into the crowd and film with a cell phone and do video live streaming to whatever YouTube. You can pipe it back to OBS and send it back to the screen so the people can interact with what's the visual on the screen. So this is another idea of cool stuff you can do with it with NestDrop. So thank you, hope you enjoy. Bye bye.